New report claims The Rock was consistently late to set on Red One and other projects, and also got some other spicy news. Larry, we got this last topic of the day, and this is nuts. This is crazy, and everybody was talking about it and making funny thumbnails and all that good stuff. I know that you talked about this briefly, or not briefly, actually, at length, a few days ago on Lamont's channel on his Black Movie News show, and I caught a little bit of it, but I turned it off and muted it because I was like, well, when I talk about it, hopefully I can get Larry on the show, and I want to hear his take on this, and I don't want to spoil myself of what he has to say and all of his opinions and things. And this was very shocking to me because we're talking about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, arguably one of the biggest people in Hollywood right now. And I will say that I'm a fan of the man. When I did watch wrestling in high school, I liked him and I like his movies. For the most part, there's not too many of his films that I'm just not a fan of. And we were just talking about the Fast and the Furious franchise. And, I remember news came out a year ago or a few years ago that he just did not get along with Dom Toretto, with Vin Diesel, just saying how unprofessional he was on the set. So this is just weird that all this news is coming out right now. My jaw was on the ground initially. And so this is the last topic of the day, topic number 6, coming from Yahoo Entertainment. New report claims The Rock was consistently late to set on Red One and other projects, and also got some other spicy news. A new report claims that The Rock was late. Dwayne Johnson has become one of the top stars in Hollywood. He has starred in many movies, and y'all know what those are right here. But Red film for some time, but it has reportedly been a difficult process. Humberto Gonzalez of The Wrap reports that the movie, which was initially set for last year release but was delayed to November of this year, has been dealing with a variety of issues. Gonzalez writes that insiders say Johnson often showed up late, and this led to a number of other problems, including a ballooning budget. It was also noted that the inexperience of the executives overseeing the movie was a problem as well. Gonzalez cites insiders who said that Johnson would show up as much as 8 hours late some days, so the crew sometimes will have to shoot around him. It was also noted that Johnson often peed in a bottle, you can tell I got that highlighted, to save time while filming. Yuck, yuck, yuck. In the report, Gonzalez included a statement from a spokesman for Amazon MGM who denied that there was issues caused by Johnson's lateness. Dwayne Johnson and Steve Bucks have been incredible partners on Red One, a film that audiences of all ages are going to love this holiday season, the spokesperson said. Our testing has been very strong. The reaction from CinemaCon speaks for itself, and we couldn't have made it without Dwayne's constant work and support. Any reporting that implies that we got this point with him showing up 7 to 8 hours late to set is ridiculous and false. Interesting. Larry, what do you think about this, man? We got these allegations saying he's 8 hours late, but this one person is coming back trying to defend him, saying that it's not true. But peeing in bottles? I'm gonna wait on mine to. Where you at on this? Because go ahead.
I mean, I guess steroids shrunk his stuff because I can't pee in a bottle. I mean, unless you have a Snapple bottle or something with a wide mouth. I mean,
oh my goodness.
But I'm just saying, I mean, I believe it. There's rumors that this stuff has been happening. Like they talked about this with Ballers. One of the reasons why Ballers was no longer around is because he was a problem to work with. And that show, I think, was loved by a lot of people. I don't think that it did poorly ratings wise, but I think it was, if you have someone who's driving up budgets. Now, this movie that you're talking about, this Red One, I don't know. Is that like a sequel to like the other Gal Gadot one he did with what was that one? Red Notice or something? Or
let me see. I don't know what you're talking about, but we can find out. Actor.
Remember the one he did with I think it was Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds, maybe, or I can't
Let's
remember
see
the name
here.
of it.
Red one. Get out of the way. After a shocking abduction from North Pole, the commander of Elf. No, I don't think this is an adaptation from that, based on that plot
Hmm.
synopsis. But keep going. Keep going.
So, I mean, first of all, I'm just not the. It's yeah. Red Notice was the one I was thinking of with Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if this was the other one. If this is like some continuation of it. Anyways, I'm not the biggest fan of The Rock. I I
Yeah,
I have
I
my
remember that.
I have my issues with him because, as we know, he is a black man. His father was black. He is black, but he I have yet to really see him embrace his blackness on screen. He's always embracing his island side, which comes from his mother. And I often see, he has all his tattoos. He's always doing, he'll do scenes where he has his island folks and he's doing the dancing and whatever else. He'll do Moana. He'll do stuff where you know, he'll have white kids as his children, but he never has a black love interest. He doesn't have black children as his children. He seems to, at least on screen, deny his blackness, and that just annoys me to no end. I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is a guy for whom black people have supported his entire career. We have embraced him as one of our own, and he seems to, at the very least, ignore us, and at worst, just straight up deny us in himself. And so I'm not a fan, which is funny because it seems like he wants to ignore his blackness, but he sure as hell seems to be on CP time, you know. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like anytime you could do a lot of stuff in Hollywood. I mean, I know the whole Me Too movement is causing people to react differently to some of the sexual stuff, but there's still a lot of terribleness people get away with in Hollywood. And I think one of the things that causes people to stop wanting to work with you, or can be your downfall, is when you start losing people money,
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And when you start showing up 4 hours late, 8 hours late, all this stuff, that's a lot of money that gets lost, either because they can't shoot the scenes they're supposed to shoot, or they have to pay people overtime, because in all these movie sets, these people are union. They're like anything over like 10 hours or something, you're paying them like time and a half, double time, whatever. So if you show up to work 8 hours late, I mean, most of these people that work on these sets, they're at work a couple hours before the talent is has their call time. So if your call time is 8 a.m. and you don't show up till 4 o'clock, these other people have been there 6 a.m. So they're already, by the time you get there, they're already at their 10 hours. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you're gonna by the time you start shooting with them for the day, they're already in overtime. That's just expensive. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of The Rock. Maybe he's a nice guy. I don't know. It seems like more and more reports of him are coming out of people having issues with him, and I think for that to actually happen, it has to be really, really bad, because people in Hollywood, as we know, just stay quiet when it comes to big stars. Everybody's so afraid to say something negative because they're afraid they're going to lose work or get blackballed, and so they just don't say anything when there's real problems. So when people start talking about it, it's a much bigger issue than I think is often it's being made out to be. So
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Larry. Thank you very much. I agree with pretty much everything you said. If you're showing up 7, 8 hours late, that's just disrespectful. Period. I mean,
yeah,
with all the money you have, and I heard that sometimes he would be late because he's doing 2, 3 hour workouts. But I also heard that he has a mobile gym, and that's supposed to be the point, excuse me, that if you want to get your workout in and move around, you can take your gym wherever you want. And so to rid of that, but apparently he's still not able to work it out. But 8 hours late, that's just ridiculous. And I just wonder if everybody on set accepts it and kind of puts their head down or tail between their legs, or just behind the scenes that people have been vocal, like, bro, what the F, man, we got to do this, we got to do that. You're 8 hours late, you're 7 hours late. That's crazy. And peeing in bottles,
Right.
that's just gross to
Come
me.
on, man.
That's just
Yeah.
nasty. I mean, some people may disagree, but I don't know. Maybe if those that have been on multi-million-dollar sets can teach me something, but I would assume that they would be able to have porta potties everywhere. I mean, we can't take an
They do.
extra 60 seconds to go to a porta potty or something. I'm pretty sure he's not peeing in bottles in front of people. That would just be ridiculous. Even if you go behind the corner, just like, I don't. It's a
The
weird
sets that I've
report.
been on,
It's a weird
the
report.
sets
Yeah.
I've been on, it's not even porta potties. Like even if you're on location somewhere, like if there's like scenes in the middle of the desert, it's not even like they're porta potties. They're actual trailers. It's just like how you have like the
Oh
Stars
yeah.
trailers.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just have trailers that are
Right.
nothing but bathrooms.
Right.
And you go to the bathroom. It's not like you need to say, "Oh my God, I'm so out in the middle of nowhere. Let me have a Coke bottle." Man, go to the damn bathroom. Stop acting a fool. If you're worried
Yeah.
about saving time, how about show up on time? You don't need to worry about saving time if you're 8 hours late.
I
You
agree.
know?
Yeah.
And in that article, somebody was saying, "Oh, it's ridiculous if they say this." He was no more than an hour late on average. I'm thinking to myself, on average, an hour late?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? On some days, this dude was so late when you average that with the days that he was actually on time, it comes out to an hour. Now, tell me, what job has anybody out there ever worked where if you were late on average an hour, you still have a job? Come on, man.
I can't
I
name
mean,
any, man.
for
I can't.
real. Come on. I
I
mean,
feel you.
most people, if you're late 5 minutes on average, your boss is gonna be like, "I don't think this is working out, bruh." I
Right.
mean, I
Right.
get it. Sometimes you're late here and there. There's traffic, but you can't be late so much that they're averaging your lateness. That's
This is
just
true.
you can't do that, you know.
I feel
And then
you.
when they average your lateness and your lateness is an hour, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I agree. I agree. Are those your final thoughts, sir? On this?
I
Um,
mean,
um,
here's the
wrap,
thing,
wrap it up.
right?
Wrap it up. Wrap it
Anybody
up.
who's
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it
let
up.
me wrap this up. Anybody who has been on a big high dollar set knows that these stars, they make all kinds of accommodations for them. They have these wonderful trailers they put them in. They make sure they have all the foods they want. They even have extra trailers there for their family or friends if they have people that they want to have with them. They make it as comfortable as possible for these folks. And so the idea that you would need to be late for some reason because like you have to work out when you have a gym on set. I mean, I think this is one of the reasons why studios when they have production when they could have productions in like the LA area or the New York area, unless it's supposed to be set in New York. I think this is one of those reasons why they move productions to other cities because they remove all those distractions. They remove you from where your friends are and families are in your home, and your job is at one place is to do nothing else but work. So there's less likelihood that you're going to show up late. There's less likelihood that you're going to go out and get into a fight with your wife and you guys are coming in late because it's just like you're there to do a job and that's it. And when you're done, you go home. You know?
Right on.
No,
Right on.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yeah, I share Larry's passion. But link is in the description. Let us know what you think about this. Is Rock justified in being late? Do you believe the reports or not? If he is justified, why? Because he's The Rock, because he's Dwayne Johnson and one of the biggest people in Hollywood, or is this disrespectful? Have you also ever had a job to where you can average yourself being an hour late and the boss is like, just send in the reports, whenever you can, let us know in the comment section all of your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. Link is in the description. And again, whether you're watching this via live or in the replay, let us know in that comment section because we are really dying to know. We're dying to know.